Good morning. I'm at the cabin today. I am going to put together another video, and this one's going to be a little bit different than all my others. I'm kind of all over the place with my videos, but today we're going to look at my John Deere D125 that got the insides eaten out by either a squirrel or a rat, I'm not sure which, and how I fixed it. Okay, what we have here are the remains of the wiring harness. As you can see, they got all chewed up. That was the part that fits into the ignition switch. And this is the wiring ends that were all eaten out and gone. Same with this here. All up and down, it was pretty much destroyed. This is the anti-backing safety switch here. It's gone too. So I had to fix this. What I did was I took my ignition switch out, and I disconnected it from that rat-eaten part that we just looked at, and then I realized that on the back there are letters B, S, M, G, and then L, 1, 2, and then there's one outlet here, and you can see it, that doesn't have anything on it, that has no marking on it at all. So what I did was, as you can see here, I took female spade connectors and hooked them to lengths of 12 gauge wire, 12 gauge multi-strand copper wire, insulated, and I made my own wiring harness with that. I'm going to try to make this extremely easy because it turned out that it was. I had one problem, and I'll go into that in a few minutes. On the back of the switch, there is a G that goes to the ground. I grounded it directly to the battery, which is already grounded directly to the frame. So I took care of that. The B goes to the positive part of the battery terminal. And then the S is this red wire that goes down here to the positive side of the solenoid. The negative side I just grounded with everything else. The L is where I started to have problems. I couldn't figure out how to get spark. Well, I was getting spark, I just wasn't getting any fuel. What I simply didn't realize was down here we have 3 wires that are coming out from under the cowling. The black wire is the magneto ground, and that goes to the M on the switch. The red wire, this one gave me problems for a while because, like I said, the harness was eaten up. There was no way I could trace anything back anywhere. After much YouTube research, I realized that is my alternator wire, and I wired it straight back to my battery so I can charge. And then the one that gave me the biggest fit of all was this gray wire. I wasn't sure what it was until I figured out, the gray wire goes to my fuel pump. It's on the bottom of my carburetor. I wired it straight back to the L portion on my ignition switch here. I had originally put it on the part of the switch that didn't have a designation, and I wasn't getting any results. The engine would turn over, but it wouldn't start. Then I tried it on the L, which I knew was getting 12 volts when I turned it on, and it fired up immediately. My lawnmower is now working, ready to go mow. The one drawback that I had was that I went round and around about this gray wire here until I figured out that it needed to go to the L1 or L2 on my ignition switch. That's it. It starts. Now the other drawback I had with this is every single safety device on here has been disabled. It's been bypassed because that got to be way too complicated to try to figure out, especially since the wiring harness that it was all hooked to was gone. So I just bypassed it. And I believe my mower is still safe because as soon as my foot comes off the clutch, it quits rolling. The blade keeps going, but that's no different than a push lawnmower, and I can back up with it. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'm just trying to make a quick video to show how to rewire one of these things in case you have the same problem I have and everything gets eaten up and you didn't have any reference to go on. So thanks for watching.